Miami, if Lionel Messi is going to step up, if those other players around him, if they can get the balance right of defending in transition and keeping the ball and letting Messi cook, they've got a chance. But for me, I think LAFC has the best chance at getting the furthest because
some of the biggest clubs in the world coming to the United States here in a matter of days. It kicks off on June 14th, the Club World Cup in this brand new format. Al Ahly versus Inter Miami. Just look at some of those names up there. PSG and Atletico Madrid. Chelsea taking on LAFC. Fluminense and Borussia Dortmund. Real Madrid, Al Hilal. That's just to name a few. You can see the fixtures right there that are coming up. It is going to be a lot of fun this summer. For a little preview of how the MLS sides might fare, let's check in with our own Tom Bogert.
We're merely days away from the Club World Cup kicking off in Miami, and yes, well, most of the focus of the 3 participating MLS clubs right now is around the contentious labor negotiations between the Players Association and the league over Club World Cup bonuses. I want to focus about what's going to happen on the field. And it's going to be an uphill battle for any one of these 3 teams who get out of the group stage. Who's the most likely? I'm not totally sure, but I think the least likely is the Seattle Sounders. They're unfortunately stuck with a really hard group. They have PSG, Atletico Madrid, and Botafogo. They also have some untimely injuries. So Seattle, honestly, even if they get a point, they could celebrate that. As for LAFC and Miami, well, their groups are obviously very hard, but there's a pathway for both. Let's start with LAFC. They're going to try to defend deep and kill teams on the counter. Yes, they play Chelsea. Flamengo are a great team, and Tunis is here on merit as well. But LAFC could get past those 2 teams. I think it's going to rely on Denny Bouanga in transition. Maybe we'll get an Olivier Giroud moment. But as for Inter Miami, no, they haven't been at their best form in Major League Soccer. But as a result of being a host team, they got a favorable draw. They have Porto, Palmeiras, and Al Ahly. Again, these are all 3 really, really good teams, but they're not playing Real Madrid, PSG, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, whatever, right? So Miami, if Lionel Messi is going to step up, if those other players around him, if they can get the balance right of defending in transition and keeping the ball and letting Messi cook, they've got a chance. But for me, I think LAFC has the best chance at getting the furthest because what they're going to need is a team that works really hard and defends really well and can hit you on the counter. That is LAFC's game plan. And for me, that's the team I'm most excited to watch at the Club World Cup as far as the MLS participants.
Great preview there from Tom Bogert. Now we get to give our 2 cents as well. We're a couple of guys that follow Major League Soccer fairly closely, and it is going to be interesting to see the way these teams stack up when it comes to the other best teams in the world. Now, remember, this format has expanded, so we've got more clubs involved, and it also means that there are some opportunities for these MLS sides to do some business. You know Miami very well, Stefano. Let's start with Inter Miami. They've got those big-name players that are toward the end of their career. Do they got one good last run in them? What do you think?
Well, Inter Miami better hope so, because even though they got, well, Tom said, a quote-unquote favorable draw, they're still going to be underdogs in at least 2 of those 3 games, maybe in all 3. Lionel Messi, we know his quality. Sergio Busquets, Jordi Alba, those are the stars. They're going to need to carry this team forward because defensively, they've been a shambles. Midfield is very questionable.
Goalkeeping's been an issue, too.
Exactly. But that's been an issue, I feel like, for the entirety of Inter Miami's existence, really. Goalkeeping has been an issue. I do think that they have a chance because they have Messi, and he is finally going into this virtually healthy as he's going to be at this point. A couple of moments of magic, a couple of moments of defensive prowess that they haven't really shown, but if they can do that and dig their heels in, get a moment of magic from Messi or Luis Suarez, and they have a chance to at least make it difficult for a Palmeiras or for the other teams in their group. I think it's a long shot, but I do think that they do have at least a chance because they have a Messi, because they have some of their stars that have been there before and have done it. Can they survive? Do their legs have enough to get them over the line and into the knockout stage? We'll have to wait and see.
Our guy Tom said he likes LAFC's chances the best. Part of it's because of the matchups, but part of it is the way they play. Steve Cherundolo has had a more defensive posture from this team, and you can understand why, particularly with the pace and dynamism of Bouanga. He is an absolutely transformative player for this LAFC side. Is he special enough? Does he have enough help for LAFC to make some noise in this competition?
I think they can. And like you said, a lot of it comes down to the groups that they're in. Playing a Flamengo side that's been a bit shaky in Brazil. Chelsea, obviously, we know the talent that they have. They have an opportunity in this group. You mentioned this. Denny Bouanga, I think, is going to be the key to this team. Might also be really a new audition for Denny Bouanga if he wants to go somewhere else. The world will be watching him, and he has the pace to play at any of the top leagues in the world. So it'll be interesting to see how he performs. I think it will be massive for this LAFC side. That Chelsea match is huge, but for me, the biggest game for LAFC is against Flamengo. If they're able to win that game, already it opens up a path for them to get to the knockout stage. For me, of the MLS teams, I agree with Tom. Of the MLS teams, they have the best shot to get to the knockout round.
Yeah, it's interesting right now. Miami, they're in third place in the East. LAFC underperforming a little bit. They're in fifth place in the West. They're not the juggernauts that we've seen those two sides be in the early stages, or the last couple of years, I should say, in Major League Soccer. Seattle's been another one of those teams. They've shown they can win an international competition. Won the CONCACAF Champions League, first MLS team to do it. But they're struggling a little bit right now, and they've got two key injuries that Tom touched on. Jordan Morris with a hamstring injury right now, and Yaymar's been one of the best defenders in all of Major League Soccer for years. He's dealing with a hamstring injury. They brought in Jesus Ferreira to be that attacker up top, and I don't know that he's quite lived up to the billing just yet. You look at the teams they've got to face as well. It's going to be an uphill battle for Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, it's just poor timing for Seattle coming in with those two massive injuries. And then you look at this group. It's the group of death. I mean, there's no question about it. The European champions, Atletico Madrid, one of the top teams in Europe, and then the reigning Copa Libertadores champions, Botafogo from Brazil. Sorry, Seattle Sounders and Seattle Sounders fans. This is not going to be pretty for the Sounders this season. It's just, like we said, just terrible timing for them with the injuries. And also that group, I don't give them much shot to get out of that.
You know, one thing I'm going to be interested to see is the way that the summer climate and travel affects the other teams coming to the United States. Because you and I have both talked to enough players that have come to Major League Soccer. Yes. Most of them are not ready for the climate, and they're not ready for the travel. Does that give any benefit to the American sides because they deal with it already?
I mean, some. It could change a game, especially late on if you're playing in a hot weather, warm weather city. We've talked about a bunch of MLS players that dread those games in Texas, right? Having to go down and play Houston and Austin and FC Dallas. Those are always tough ones. Going down to South Florida, never easy with the humidity. It could help. But I think with this group, Seattle's in some trouble here when it comes to the Club World Cup. They just have too many good teams to have to go through to find a way to get results from to be able to get to the knockout round.